Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Show, brought to you by Toyota, moving forward.
With Sterling, Jerome, and Chris, I'm Bob, and let's get right to the playoff picture. In the AFC, the day started with 6 teams still alive for the 2 wild card spots. By the end of the day, those wild cards had been determined. The first part was easy. The Jets beat the Raiders, and so they were in. Now let's see how the rest of it went down, beginning at Tennessee. Remember last year when Bill Belichick let Doug Flutie drop kick an extra point to finish off his career? Well, he's got Vinny Testaverde as his backup quarterback now, and as they put the finishing touches on the win at Tennessee, Testaverde, at age 43, hits 35-year-old Troy Brown for the touchdown. New England wins it, and Tennessee is eliminated with the loss.
In Cincinnati, if the Bengals win, they're in. Shane Graham with a 39-yard field goal just before the end of regulation, misses it, and that's going to set up this in overtime. Yes, a pass-down mascot. And Santonio Holmes, the Ohio State Buckeye, comes back to Cincinnati to knock out the Cincinnati Bengals. They are eliminated, and Ben Roethlisberger, finally something to celebrate on this year.
Oh, those 2 losses, first at Denver and then this one at home to Pittsburgh to knock out Marvin Lewis's team. The loser between Kansas City and Jacksonville was going to be out. Larry Johnson made sure it wasn't the Chiefs. 138 yards and 3 TDs. When it was over, Herman Edwards glancing at the scoreboard saying, "Come on, 49ers, give me some help."
Because if the Denver Broncos win, they're in. Late in the 4th quarter, Jay Cutler is going to find Tony Scheffler for the 9-yard touchdown, tying this thing at 23-23 in overtime, though. Alex Smith, who is getting better each week, finds Brian Gilmore, and that is going to set up Joe Nedney from 36 yards out for the game winner, and at home, the Denver Broncos eliminated.
Go figure. All right, so the Titans, the Bengals, the Jaguars, and then the Broncos all disappear from the playoff picture. The Jets and the Chiefs are in. Also today, the Chargers and Ravens both won to lock up the numbers 1 and 2 seeds, respectively. So now let's take a look at the wild card matchups. On Saturday here on NBC, Kansas City will travel to Indy. That game will begin at 4:30 Eastern Time. And on Sunday in the AFC, the Jets and Patriots will do battle for the 3rd time this season. The Jets won 1 game all this year against a team with a winning record. That happened to be Week 10 against the Patriots. Their playoff matchup, of course, will be in New England, as the Patriots are the number 4 seed, so they have home field in the first round. Mr. Sharp, a couple of weeks ago, to much derision all around, you boldly declared the Bengals and the Broncos would each miss the playoffs. You, sir, wear the genius robe tonight.
Well, Bob, all you got to do is look at the ability to defend home field. Both the Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals lost today. They're 4-4 at home on the season. The Kansas City Chiefs, 6-2 at home.
But they're not going to be at home in the playoffs. They're going to Indianapolis, and I don't believe they have enough offense to win in that game. They're going to need to stop that Indianapolis offense. I don't think they can do it enough.
Yeah, but can the Indianapolis Colts defense stop Larry Johnson, one of the biggest, most powerful backs in the league? I don't know.
Come to think of it, Sterling, I don't want you to don the genius robe because it would cover up that suit.
Exactly.
And America demands that suit on New Year's Eve. When we come back, we take a look at the NFC as the Toyota Halftime Show returns in less than a minute. The results are in from our Player of the Day poll, and Tiki Barber's performance from last night stands up. Barber extends his career by leading the Giants into the playoffs, and his slightly early retirement gift from us is the much-coveted Golden Peacock. In Dallas, the Cowboys ran afoul of the lowly Detroit Lions, and so their playoff position was not improved. No, not at all. In the 4th quarter, Tony Romo, look at this. Fumbles, shows presence of mind, some athletic ability, shot put pass to T.O. that keeps the drive alive, and 2 plays later, Romo will go up top to Owens for the 56-yard touchdown, and Dallas reclaims the lead 31-30 in the 4th quarter, but the Lions came to put up a fight, and ultimately they came to win. John Kitna playing perhaps the best game of his life. His 4th touchdown pass of the day, this one to Mike Williams for 21 yards, puts them up 36-31. Bill Parcells can barely bear to look. They lost it 39-31 with Romo being tackled at the 2 on 4th down in the last minute. So here's how things look in the NFC. The Bears and the Saints have the byes, and the matchups next weekend are as follows. The Cowboys will visit the Seahawks on Saturday. That'll be in prime time on NBC. And the Eagles will host the Giants on Sunday. 3 teams from the NFC East are in. The first time 3 teams from one division have made the postseason since the NFL realigned in 2002. All right, tonight's game from Soldier Field has no effect on the playoff matchups and seedings, but it certainly has an effect on the mindset of the Bears and their fans. Rex Grossman, 3 interceptions and a fumble in the first half.
He would be on the bench. I would play Brian Greasy in the second half, and if he played well, he would be my starter in the playoff game. Simple as that.
You think Favre is coming back next year?
Well, I think it's going to be a tough decision. I think if Green Bay can give him some players, he'll come back, but I really don't think he's going to come back next year.
No. No.
That'll do it. You get extra points for being concise. So, by way of review, next Saturday on NBC, we'll start it off in the studio at 4 p.m. Eastern, followed by the 2 wildcard matchups. The Chiefs are in Indy with kickoff at 4:30. By the way, Chris Collinsworth will be calling that game alongside Tom Hammond. And then in Seattle, it's the Cowboys and the Seahawks. Al and John have the call there. It's Wildcard Saturday on NBC. Back now to Chicago for the second half after this. Happy New Year, everybody.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Show, brought to you by Toyota, moving forward.